So this is our Python code to extract weights and bias for our Verilog implementation. So first block is about importing all necessary libraries like TensorFlow and Keras, and this is our ReLU which we have defined, and you can go to Keras documentation for reading ReLU advanced with threshold and maximum value and alpha defined. So we have just loaded the dataset from Keras predefined datasets, and we have checked all the shapes of our images, and then we have converted to grayscale because we are going to perform all our operation on single channel grayscale image. And then we have converted image array which are tensors to numpy and n dimensional, and then we have just checked the shape of our train and test dataset images, and then we have just plotted the necessarily image so that we can visualize our dataset perfectly with our labels. And then we have added unnecessarily layers with the help of Keras, like convolution layer with ReLU advanced which we have defined earlier, and model.summary just gives us what layers we have added before. And then we added a fully connected layers with the help of model.add layers with the activation function ReLU advanced. And then we have optimized our whole parameters by using Adam optimizer gradient descent, and we have used epochs 5. Epochs is nothing but a full feed forward and back propagation neural network path. And then we have just analyzed our accuracy. Then we have get our all the parameters by using model.getWeights method, and then we have extracted the filter, or you can say kernels, by using indexing. And then we have written in a file flattened filters, and then we have printed the bias, and then we have written a file of weights 1 parameters b1 and weights 2 b2, which are all the parameters of our architecture. Then we have just extracted whole images, trained images for our Verilog testing. Then acting intermediate layers output, we have used TensorFlow backend TensorFlow library. And then we have just used our manual method to find the accuracy. And then we have extracted all the flatten layer to check for our to cross check our Verilog implementation and Python and also C++. And model.layers is nothing but zeroth index gives you the convolution, first index max pooling, second flatten, and so on.
Hi everyone, this is a tutorial for converting your Keras CNN module into C++. So first of all, I have loaded all the parameters that I need for CNN. So these are filters, weights, and biases. So as I have the minimal infrastructure that consists of one filter, so I have one set of weights and one set of labels. So let's just get into C++ code. So in C++ code, I have first I'm taking all the inputs of weights, biases, and filters from a txt file. This you can extract from Keras. So for testing purpose, I have 50,000 images from Cephar10 dataset. So I'm loading an image, and then I'm doing convolution on the image. So these constants k1, k2, k3, k4, k5, and similarly like that corresponds to the same fashion from which the convolution actually happens. So after the whole convolution process, I'm adding a bias into it. So till this, the whole convolution process is complete. So here I'm doing the max pooling. So my max pooling filter size is 2 cross 2. So the output is output of the convolution size is 30 cross 30. So the max pooling size is 15 cross 15. So after getting the max pooling, I'm applying a function called ReLU. So this ReLU you can define in Keras. Actually, you can customize the function also according to your data size. So this is the ReLU function that I'm applying after the filter, after the convolution step. So after the max pooling, I'm just dumping the max pooling result into a flat layer. So as I have just one filter, so the max pooling corresponds to the flat layer. So after the whole convolution process and after getting the flattened layer, let's just get into the output layer and hidden layer. So in this infrastructure, I don't have any hidden layer. So I'm just processing the flattened layer with the weights that I have. So weights contains 2250 values column wise. So I'm extracting 2 to 5 values from weights and multiplying with uh, the flat layer that I have, and I'm accumulating this in a variable temp. So when I'm storing this in temp, I'm just adding a bias into it that you can easily get from Keras. So after the computation of this final array, I'm finding the what was the max value of in that, because the max value corresponds to our prediction. So then I'm loading the actual label of the image into var, and if the actual label corresponds to the prediction that I'm doing right plus plus, else I'm doing wrong plus plus. So this is a utility for debugging. You can use this, and uh, I will just use this for showing you how the outputs will be in your txt file. So we'll run the program for one or two images. So here you can see that so the model has predicted all the three images wrong, but that's not important right now. We will see what is the output. What are the intermediate outputs? So here are the intermediate outputs on the txt file. It contains the image, convolution, max pooling, and the final result. So if you want to cross-check your program, you can check the Keras values from here. Okay. So now we will comment out the values. So now I will comment out all the file streaming operators, and I will run the module for 15,000 images. So as you can see that our model is predicting almost 10% images correctly.
So this is our txt file, 32-bit bias, and for converting into COE file we have to just 3 lines. These two lines, memory initialization radix 2, we have to add one colon, and after that we have to change the name of the file, rename it and add COE here. Now we will add a COE file in the block memory generator. For that we have to click on IP catalog. After this, search block memory generator in this block and click on block memory generator. After that we have to type the width and the depth of the image. The width of our image is 8 and the depth is 1024. Always enable and select our COE file. So this is our COE file. We have to add in VRAM. Okay. Now edit, validate the COE file. Successfully edit, save, and then close. And it is now click on global, generate the VRAM. Now you can see here that the VRAM is generated here. If you want to add more, 2 or more VRAM, then again repeat this option, IP catalog, and same repeat all the steps. You can add so many VRAMs here.
As we have seen the C++ code earlier, we execute the same code in similar sequence but using always block. The only difference occurs as is that we are doing the minimum amount of calculations in a clock edge in Verilog, whereas in C++ the code was irrespective of the clock. Here we have finished the block RAM generation, and here we set the flag data read value equals to 1, which indicates that the always block corresponding to the data read is activated only. At this point we set the flag data read equals to 0 and flag convolution equals to 1, which indicates that the data read has been finished and the convolution always block will be executed. So here we have an iterator equals to 0, which is the reset condition. Here we load all the filters. The convolution process occurs in this line, whereas the relu function here occurs in these two lines. If the iterator value reaches 900, then we set the flag convolution value equals to 0 and the flag max equals to 1, which indicates that the always block for max pooling has to begin. Unless this condition is satisfied, the convolution process will continue. So here the max pooling always block is executed and the max pooling process is done. After the iterator reaches the value 225, the flag max value will become 0 and the flag final value will become 1. As the flag final value becomes 1, As we do the flag final value is equal to 1, then all the features are calculated using weights and biases. Here the flag probability value becomes 1 and the flag final becomes 0, and this calculates probabilities of all the 10 objects. The one with the maximum probability is stored in the A variable, which is our required result. So let's see the simulation. Now let us see the simulation part. So here we can see that object 4, the value of object 4 is 1. So object 4 is detected. So thus our project is complete, and now the implementation on FPGA has to be done.